Hello friends, today's video is particularly for the parents. Parents always want their children to be happy, successful and healthy in life. In today's days and times, parents more and more are finding the children to be suffering, to be negative, to not having those traits which they would want to see in their children. Are the children at fault? Definitely not. They were not born like that. It is maybe the circumstances, maybe the grooming, maybe the environment which makes the children fall into these categories. Then again, not all children are like that. In this video, I would like to help those parents who would wish their children to be happy, successful and healthy. How can they do that? Because they cannot predict the world in which the child will be entering once the child is an adult and begins a family and a job. So what can the parents, the teachers and the schools do right now? In addition to teaching them the basic subjects and the academics, we need to teach these children some skills. Skills which will help them be happy and successful in life. I have enumerated a couple of skills in the end of this video. Keep connected and keep watching the video. There are 4 or 5 habits which we can give to our children. They can be a part of their daily life, so that our children can become occupied, responsible, can have value for money, can be good role models for others, can be likable in the society, are accountable, will be on an auto-reflection mode, are resilient. For this, we need to give them the skills. The first skill or first habit which I think all parents and teachers should insist upon the children having is the habit of prayer. Every family has a concept of prayer. It may be in any form. Prayer not just as in prayer as in believing in some divine force, in some energy, in some cosmic power which maybe runs the world and which the child, when the child falls on leaner phases of life, when life is not very kind to the child, this energy and this power will give him that resilience to get up again, to have a hope and to look forward to life. When the child is feeling dejected and low, that time to give the child a belief that after all miracles do happen and things will turn around in their favor. And this habit of prayer or belief has to come at the very inceptional level, at the very basic level in the first stage of life, maybe 2 years of life to 8 years of life, which is the foundational stage as per NEP. How we can do it, I will be telling you later. The second habit that we can give our children is habit of reading. In the description, I have enumerated a number of different books, a number of references which we can refer to according to the age group of a child. I will be having a full-fledged video on how to develop the habit of reading in children and how to help them grow with this habit. Reading is one habit in which it is said that any person who knows how to manage his time well and has the habit of reading will always be successful in life. So we need to develop this habit in children in the very beginning, foundational stages of life. The third habit which I would insist here is the habit of exercise. We all know that when we exercise, our heart beats faster. When the heart beats faster, there is a happy hormone or the dopamine which gets secreted in our body, which basically gives us a positive mindset. It keeps us happy. So the habit of exercising should be a family culture. It does not come from outside. If it is a family culture, very good. If it is not, then for the benefit of the child whom we want to see happy and successful, we can help the child develop a habit of exercise whereby in one day, some physical form of exercise the child needs to do so that his heart rate is high once a day. There are different forms of exercises. There are different activities which the child can do. The child can just go around cleaning the house. That will also help in his physical activity. He can go for rope skipping, for spot jumping, for any kind of game, for any kind of physical activity. If you don't have anything at all, the child can just go up and down the steps. I hope you get my point. When I say exercise, there does not have to be a structured form of exercise. Could be any physical activity. But if we can inculcate a habit of some game, that would be perfect for the child. It will be a win-win situation. The child will win medals and trophies in that game as it grows up, and it will keep him fit and healthy also. At the same time, it will give him happiness, the much required happiness in life. It will be a kind of a stress buster for him. The fourth habit which I would stress here is the habit of making good choices. Good choices not only in choosing friends, not only in small activities of life, but good choices as far as selection of food is concerned. I'll give you a very small example. If a little child is hungry, instead of giving him some fried food, some instant packed food, maybe even a Maggie or anything, if we can give the child an apple, maybe a glass of milk, maybe, that will become a habit with the child when he grows up. His mind automatically will gravitate towards some fruit or some milk. These will be habits which will make him more progressive, and he will be making good choices as far as food is concerned. In this video, the last one that I will be taking up is let the child be accountable for something. Give him responsibility for something. Create occasions where you can appreciate the child. So for that, I will be enlisting a list of skills as per age. I will be talking about these in a while. When we want the child to be responsible for something or maybe accountable for something, we can have a child adopt a pet. A 3-year-old child or a 2.5-year-old child can adopt a pet, and then we make the child responsible for that pet, and he needs to do everything from taking the pet to a walk to feeding the pet, maybe with assistance in the first few years, and then to train the pet so that the child feels a connect with the pet and also is accountable for that. If that is not possible, then we can have the child adopt a plant. I know of so many people who encourage the children to plant trees on their birthdays, on the special days in their life, and then that tree becomes associated with those children and they adopt those plants and see to it that the plant grows, and it is their responsibility to see the needs of the plant, the growing space, the water that should be given to the plant, and all these. Some kind of responsibility and accountability should be given to the child. Now coming to the skills as per age. When we say we have a child of the age group of, let's say, 2.5 to 3 years till 8 years, which is the foundational stage, what skills or what activities we can encourage the child to do at home? We can encourage the child to help in washing the vegetables, in laying out the table, in collecting his own toys, books, in setting up his own bag for school, in keeping his own uniform, in putting his dirty clothes in laundry, helping and make his own bed, because in these stages the child is too young to be doing certain things independently. The child can shadow the mother and the father so that he or she gets to know that this is the kind of work my parent is doing and this is where I can help. To my mind, I would also put in a word here that the scene should not be that the parent is working in the kitchen or the parent is working in the house and the child is just sitting on the couch watching television. The screen time has to be limited. It should be a family culture that we work together. There is a joy. The advantage of this is the child will have a sense of responsibility. It will improve the bonding in the family, and it will provide occasions where we can pat the child, where the child can get some appreciation. and when the child gets appreciation, it gives the child a lot of joy and the child feels happy. There are so many other activities. The child can maybe chop vegetables for salad, maybe wash the pulses, maybe do small things, clean a surface. When the child cleans a surface, there is a sense of achievement. To view the sparkling surface gives a joy to the child. We need to teach the children to be happy in these small joys. I would like the viewers to put it in the chat box what activities can be given at home or when we go out on a holiday, which a 3 to 8 year child can do. I will be putting a list of such activities at the end of the video, so stay connected. Coming up to the next stage, which is from 8 years to 11 years. In this stage, the child, having achieved the activities of the level 1, which is 3 years to 8 years, now moves on to a higher scale, maybe in the same activities. Now he is independently chopping or making the salad. He is doing some kind of no fire cooking. He is maybe given a responsibility of certain things in the house. For example, he can be made responsible of switching on and off the lights. He can be made responsible of maybe locking the main door. He can be maybe responsible on welcoming the guests. Anything which you feel as per your home, but the responsibility has to be fixed. We have to create situations for the child to be appreciated, to be happy, and as a result, the child will feel useful and will add value to the family. The bonding will increase. Our children will feel useful, resilient, happy. They will appreciate the effort and money that the parents put in. They will also feel that this is my achievement. Another very important thing that I would like to add here is we need to give the task to the children as per their capacity. The task given to the child should be slightly higher than his or her capacity, so that the child needs to stretch a little but should not be so tough that the child gives it up. And this has to start at the first stage, the 2.5, 3 years stage. But the child has to complete the task. Invariably, in today's time, what we see is the children give up very easily. When the thing gets slightly tougher, maybe the education is getting a little tougher, maybe the work is getting a little tougher, or even life is getting a little tougher, the children give up. And in extreme cases, even tend to go for suicide or enter into depression, which is really sad. So we need to give the task to children which is slightly higher than their capacity, and wherever need be, we need to encourage and motivate. Now here, when we need to encourage and motivate, I have felt in all my career is that we as adults lose patience. We do not wait. We do not encourage. I'll just give you a small example. The child has to open the screw of a bottle. The child is finding it hard. We do not tell the child ki never mind, try again, try a second time. We don't do that. We just reach out the hand, open it and give it to the child, because that is faster. We do not have patience. But what we are doing is we are making the child dependent on us, and every time there is a struggle, there is something that is tough, the child gives out that to the parent or is looking to give it to somebody who will solve his problem. This we need to rectify. When we talk of giving skills to the children, it is empowering them to manage, to take care of their own struggles. Invariably, we also feel that the children, they do not have value for money. How do we give them value for money? When they enter into this stage of 8 years to 11 years, we need to take them with us when we go shopping. We need to tell them this is our budget and this is what we can buy. We need to tell them that you can buy something of this range if you do this. So when the child goes to a supermarket, the child will go around and will know his boundaries. that will help him manage his finances when he grows up. That will teach him value for money. So this is how we can develop different habits. And eventually when the child goes up from the age group of 11 to 14, the child should be in a position to manage the entire household budget. Friends, there is nothing to fret. If we have not already worked on our children who from the age group of 2.5 to 3, then we can move and work now. We can start with small steps, giving them responsibility, making sure that they are resilient, making sure that when they do something, they are happy, and we need to create those opportunities to do something. We need to make very sure that when they begin a task, they should complete it. Even if towards the end, when they are ready to give up, we just step in and help a little. So all these habits need to be inculcated in children. Prayer. Very young children should be made to sit in the area of prayer. When they grow slightly older, every religion lights a lamp or a candle. The child can be taught to make that jyot or that lamp and to actually begin to pray. He should know the basic mantras or the basic prayer of his own religion. Something that we can develop at the first stage of life. Reading, again. The young child can read books like Panchtantra, Jataka tales, fairy tales, other tales, and as the child graduates to higher levels, his vocabulary will improve, his reading speed will improve, capacity to sit and concentrate will improve. I will be having a separate video on reading. The third we had done was exercise. There are no words for me to be going on for the benefits of exercise. And then we spoke about making good choices. When we say about making good choices, I would also recommend the child to make a journal, the child to count his blessings, to count his friends on a regular basis. Another very important thing that I would want to mention here before we go to the list of skills, the child should be able to see what is good in life. We need to inculcate this habit of appreciating, habit of paying compliments, and we need to start doing it ourselves. What is good in life, we generally begin to take it for granted. We get grumpy and critical about what is not good in life. Now, what is happening when this happens as an adult? The child is watching us. The child also begins to pick things which are not good. The child learns a habit of becoming critical. The child does not become thankful. So joy and sorrow comes from within. The outside sources or the outside environment is not responsible for my own joy or my own sorrow. In every stage in life, it gives us reasons to be happy and reasons to be upset. It is my own choice whether I want to be in a happy space. I will look automatically at things that are good in my life, at the blessings that I have in my life, at things which are making my life worthwhile. Or if I want to be sorrowful or I want to be sad, upset or grumpy, I will automatically be looking at things which are not doing good in my life. And also then we start blaming others for things that are not going, which is a very, very negative trait. We need to develop this trait in children, where children automatically gravitate towards happiness. So now in the end of the video, I'll be putting up lists of skills which we can give to our children, and as these lists have been prepared as per age. I would suggest all parents to go through these lists, and as per their own environment and their own setup, they can make changes in them. My request goes to all viewers to put in the comment box what other skills we can add to this list so that we have children who are happy, healthy and successful. Thanks for watching. Friends, I am putting a link for the books that we can help our children to read. The link has been put in the description below. Click on them and see to it if they can be of any help to you.